What's going on, YouTube? Hello. If you see my face, you know what's going down. You're going to get a settings guide for a Marvel Rivals hero today. Obviously, we have Blade that you see here. I've been waiting to put this out because I'm trying to get good with these characters before I make a settings video. But, dude, this guy is a tickle monster. A tickle monster. He does no damage. He had a combo before where you could hit this dash and then swap and hit another dash just like that, and get 2 dashes out of the first use, but they patched it. And the reason I was able to do it there is because I had 2 dashes. So you'd wait until you had 1, and then you would dash, hit the shot, and then swap to your sword, and you would get a free dash. And it actually made him viable, but they patched it. So now he's just a tickle monster again. He feels super niche, but I just want to give that disclaimer before I get into the settings. He is very flicky. It's like magic. So you're going to, obviously we use the dual zone S-curve every time. So let me explain that before I get into his specific settings. Do not click off the video because you see 500, 326. Do not. If you do, you're like a boomer and a loser, okay? Listen, I know you're scared of fast sense. I can't control my character. We've been over enough times. Just wait, okay? If you use dual zone S-curve right here, it doesn't feel like 500, okay? You have to have it on 500 though. You have to. Or else you're not getting the most out of your thumbstick. So what this does, okay, let me explain. This first bar, I'll explain more too. This first bar is slow sensitivity. It's inside of your thumbstick, right? So this wall right here represents the very center of your thumbstick, right? This thumbstick, the right one, right? So small movements are like these. Big movements are like these. Okay, so just for a little reference point for when we're going over this. So you go over and you make small movements, like you push it out to the right here to about here, right? Then you'd be pushing this out to about here. The higher this line is, the closer it is to max sensitivity, whatever you have it set up here. That is why we have it at 500. We want the max speed you can go to be the max speed. You don't want to crank your stick all the way to the right and then go 250, because then what's the point, right? So the farther you get, you see this little jump here, right? This whole part of your stick from like here to here is reserved for small movements, right? You want the benefits, I hate it, pulls that up. The benefits of slow aim to be able to track, right? Slow little micro movements, especially since he's a projectile character, which took me a lot of time to get used to since I'm a Widow main. But you can watch people and you can track those slow movements as you go. And stay on target. So I can track and keep him on target what I want. Like I can do slow movements. Obviously use your left stick too. But then if say someone's behind me, I can flick around and start fighting them and dash into them and then go right back to whoever I was shooting at over here. So that's the benefit of dual zone S-curve. You can have the good aim of slow sensitivity and the fast aim of good movement, right? So best of both worlds. And we need that to stay competitive on controller. Now, if you're on console, you're going to get some crazy aim assist with that too. I don't get it because I'm on PC. I have to play against keyboard and mouse players that are better than me, but this is how I compete with them. And luckily, you get the benefit of me figuring that out. People are always asking for this. Here's his aim assist settings. Let me show you. You guys are always telling me I don't show you that. This is what I have, okay? I always keep the window size a little bit smaller, so it actually feels like it's taking a little bit more skill. Trying to move away from aim assist. It's a whole rant. I won't get into it. Anyway, his settings, okay? These are his boosts, so when you hit max out on your input, you go faster horizontal. That also helps with that swing. So let's go over that's what that is. I would copy these, and then instead of necessarily copying these, number for number, I'm going to explain what they do so that you can make your own values. But so this first one, if you want more of your stick to be reserved for slow movements, for aim, right? Like these, you want this to be slow sensitivity, but you want like this to be slow sensitivity, like a little bit more. And then just the tippy outy part of your right stick to be movement. What you'd want to do is increase this first bar higher, right? That reserves less of your stick for the fast flicking movement, right? This is where I find the sweet spot with him. It's a bit more aggressive. The only thing I would ask you guys to ignore in the settings here is the max input dead zone. So what I have here, which one is that? Here, 13. I would have this on 0. Unless you're running what I think is if you're going to be a competitive controller player, you got to have a thumbstick extender and you got to have something here. Okay, so what I have there, you see, here's a green version, but I have the white one because it's the softest. But it's a silicone rubber ring. So what it does is it pushes back against my thumbstick when I push it over. And you're like, what does that do? That seems stupid and gimmicky. Here's my example, right? Let me turn off this music and get rid of my chat from the stream we just had. By the way, we're live 7:30 to 10 p.m. EST. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If you got a pistol, right, and you're holding it with your hand, unsupported, you're aiming around like this, it's going to be hard to stay on target. But what do people do, right? You go like this, and you push up with your hand, and you push down with your other hand. The equalizing of pressure, right? Instead of having to like go up with your nervous system to aim up, go down with your nervous system to go down, because that's not perfect. We're all human. You can constantly be pushing up with this hand, and what you do is you adjust how hard you're pushing down with your right hand. So, I want to aim up a little bit. I'll just stop pushing down with this hand a little bit less, and that'll give this consistent pressure. It helps you equalize. So instead of willingly push up with your aim, you like relent on your pushing down, and that helps you. The equalization of both those helps you stay more accurate. That's why people do that. It's the same concept with the thumbstick. Okay. This ring is pushing this way. This is pushing this way. So I'm moving all the way to the right. I'm looking all the way this way. He snaps over to the center of my screen. Instead of having to like push over this way, I just stop pushing this way a little bit more, right? You see how that works? I'm pushing, and then instead of having to like actually adjust over here and push the other way, I just stop pushing as much. And it does the adjustment for me. Right? It naturally pushes it there. So I don't have to do the crossing back over. I can just stop pushing that way a little bit, and it'll bring my aim back in. It's so important. I try to go super into detail about what these rings do for you. I'm not sponsored, okay? So I am not selling something to you right now. I am a high-level controller player in every game that I play, usually. That's how I do it. And I play against keyboard and mouse players, which is a far superior input. If you want to be a next level controller player, you have to have something there. I don't know why they're not sold with it. I used to use foam. Foam is good, but it wears out. So now I've swapped to rubber. And just look up rubber rings. I don't want to give you a product or whatever. I showed you what they look like. So this is what to look for if you want my exact ones. Okay. Just search them up on Amazon. Silicone thumbstick rings. But I use the white or the green. They're the softest. Anything else will be super expensive. Anyway, that's what they do, and that's what they do for you. So, as I was saying, right, that outside, this purple part, what it does is you don't have to push as far to hit max input. I don't have to go all the way, but I do that because I have that ring there, so it's so hard to push all the way out. So I bring it in, so I have more equalization, more room. So the only setting, so I'm not just ranting, I'm telling you, ignore this, because that is why I have it so high. I would have it at like 3 to 5. I have it on 13 because I've got that silicone ring. Even if you have foam, I would have it on less. The silicone is really tough, so it does a lot of resistance. But man, I love it, man. I love it. It's such an advantage. In some games, I don't even need aim assist because it's so accurate. So other than that, this makes the jump up less and more manageable. You want it in the middle. You want a good little boom boom, so like you can get close to the outside edge, but you're not pushing all the way, and you get a little bit of ramp up. And then when you're all the way, you get a huge ramp up, so you can go like target to target. This is what I do. Like I can go like here and get partly outside of my stick and then partly outside of my stick, but it doesn't obviously like flick me around like this does. So that's what that does. So I don't have to push all the way. And this is another combo of that, right? This will, all right, come on, thumbstick. This will smooth it out, and this will smooth it out. So I would keep these the same. This, if your sensitivity is too fast when you play this with these settings, this is the setting you're gonna change. Do not touch these. Okay? Don't touch these. Don't touch them. Do not touch them. These are perfect. If you want slower sensitivity, it feels too fast, lower this one. See what this does? Oh, it lowers the line. It lowers the line. You are only affecting the sensitivity of that inner part of your stick. we're making those micro adjustments. Do not mess with your outside flicky thing here, because then you'll ruin it and you'll ruin the advantage. We want the best of both worlds. That's why people on Apex go, oh, controller player, because you can tell they're slowly looking around. Controller movement looks terrible. This is how we fix that, and you hide that you're on controller. So if you're making these settings, that's how you do that. If you want more of your stick reserved for slow sensitivity, you push this out higher. If you want less, you put it lower. You want slower sensitivity, you make this lower. You want faster sensitivity in that little area, make this higher. And then you just want to, as you do that, adjust these two to make this a good little obtuse angle here. Okay? Hopefully that all makes sense. I'm going to go through the rest of my settings. Character movement input dead zones. I have no dead zone on my controllers, by the way. I've got Hall effect sticks, so I have no stick drift on this. It's almost immune to stick drift. So my dead zones in games are 0 on both sticks. If you have a normal controller, don't replicate that. Okay? Even this, if you go less than 20, it tries to use some AI stuff to overcompensate. I Lord Widow, she's my main. Right now Thor's my main, but she's terrible with it. So I wouldn't put this below 20. I have it on 18 because I'm trying to be more aggressive with Blade and be in control of his movements, but it overcompensates with some AI system. What am I tired? So shut up. So this does the same thing, outer stick. I just like to hit max input a little bit faster. And then these are my reticle settings. I have that little green dot. Some people ask to see this, so I'll go through this slowly. And here are my binds. Oh my gosh, I thought my rant was almost over. Nope. So you don't have to copy my binds exactly, right? I'm going to zoom in on my face again, so watch these binds if you're interested in copying them. Screenshot them. Or get ready to rewind. Look at me. Okay? You don't have to copy my binds, bind for bind. But what I want you to do is, one, realize I have 6 extra buttons. Normal face controller, but I've got 2 extra bumpers up here that I use and 4 buttons that I use here. So I hold my controller like this. Okay? And I've got a finger on all of them, so I can press them as I play. That's why some of these look a little bit different. No matter what you do, do not jump with the A button. Do not jump, or the X button. Do not jump with one of these buttons. Whatever you do, do not lift your finger off of the thumbsticks to press a button to jump. I have it on left bumper because my finger's always there. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's left stick click to jump. That'll mess up your stick over time. Or right stick click. I don't care. If you are lifting your thumb off of your thumbstick to jump, this is what your movement looks like. Why does this pop up every time? Don't show again. Anyway, you're jumping, then aiming. Jumping, then aiming. Jumping, then aiming. Right? Jumping, then aiming. Jumping, then aiming. You need to be able to jump and aim at the same time. Like this. You need to be tracking while moving. You are getting beamed while you're challenging someone because you're going like this. It looks terrible and feels terrible. You're an easy target. You need to be able to jump and adjust your target's location on the fly. And you cannot do that unless you have a jump button that is not going to make your thumbstick. Yeah, it is amazing. Found is something that's going to take your thumb off the thumbstick. So I'm gonna keep it on my binds in case you want to go over them, right? I'm going to, this is what they do as you look at these. These 2 extra bumper buttons are, this is Y and this is B. So this is right bumper, left bumper, B, Y, extra buttons, obviously my triggers. And then this is left D-pad, right D-pad, and this is also Y and this is also X. So I don't use my buttons on the bottom. I just use my extra bumpers, which, man, I hope they add this to every controller because those extra bumper buttons are amazing. Anyway, so obviously I use for the team up ability my left right stick click, but that just so you know why I bind these things to what they are. So you can copy them one for one if you have a controller like mine, but if not, in the very least, make your jump button something that doesn't take your thumb off the thumbstick. All right, so no yawning. those are my settings for Blade. They feel pretty great for me. Let me know how they feel for you. I think the only hero I have missing so far is Phoenix over here. And I don't even have her... Oh, I think I do have her bindings here. Before I make her video, I'm going to give you guys a little sneak peek because you guys have been asking. So I think I've done her settings, but I haven't done well with her yet. So keep in mind, I haven't played well with her yet. There's a little bonus, whatever. These are her settings. Okay, so I have things a little bit faster with her because she's a hit scan. She feels kind of like hella. So I'm just going to go through fast. Same thing. Just in case you're waiting for her. She'll have a dedicated video soon, but if you're waiting for her or whatever, I wanted to get that done pretty well. Pretty fast. She's in the meta. I hate playing meta players. But there we go. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope this helps. I will see you around, and I love y'all. Peace.